We're going to have Jonathan Liu, who's a founder of this grassroots organization called Beyond Broken Brains. This is a grassroots organization which tries to help people who have suffered traumatic brain injury, mild or severe, and he's going to give a perspective of what they think about this kind of support group and what they're doing. He told me earlier that one of their visions is to improve the lives of people who have suffered such injuries. So, Jonathan Liu.
Thanks. Appreciate it. Thanks a lot. So imagine you're 26, you're in your final year of university, studying math and computer science in California. You just got your driver's license and bought a new car. 8 months prior, you started an IT consultancy firm and business was growing. Then one fine day, everything comes to a crashing halt. You're driving along a windy road and slippery road. You are coming towards a turn. You're going too fast. Your car skids. You lose control, and bam! You ram straight into a power pole. Your entire driver's side chassis of your car is crushed with you in it. When paramedics and the fire department arrive at the scene of the crime, they have to use their jaws of life to pry you out of the car. That was me. That was my car 14 years ago. Imagine what that would do to you, your family, and your future. I sustained a traumatic brain injury. I had multiple brain contusions, severe, mostly impacted my left frontal cortex. I had severe cognitive, memory, and balance deficits. I had left body pain and right body paralysis. I was in ICU for 6 weeks, coma for 1.5 months. This was me. My mom was devastated. She was at a loss. Even though the doctors told her that I would probably be a vegetable for the rest of my life, she came every day to the hospital to take care of my daily needs. She quit her job so she could look after me for those 2 years. The nurses could see that hospital hours, visiting hours, don't apply to her, and that she prayed that if I ever woke up, she would start going to church. And I did wake up, but my life changed completely. Prior to the crash, I was ambitious. I was an entrepreneur. I wanted to become a millionaire and retire before 30. Not only could I not do that anymore, but I couldn't do anything. I couldn't go back to school, so I dropped out. I couldn't work, much less run my company, so I closed it. And all I wanted to do is stay at home in bed, wallowing in my own self-pity, wondering how the hell did I end up here? My recovery grew stagnant, so I wanted a change of environment. That is why in 2012, I moved back to Singapore, and it was the best decision I ever made. I found love. I met other TBI survivors who went through the exact same problems I did, and I met many passionate doctors, nurses, therapists, and social workers who wanted to give back. But I realized that there wasn't a head injury support group to support these families affected. So that was when, in 2014, one of the neurosurgeons at National Neuroscience Institute and I started this patient support group, Beyond Broken Brains. We have participated in 7 medical events, organized 20 head injury support group talks, visited 12 families, and even took part in 2 startup challenges to raise awareness around head injuries. We have about 80 members currently who comprise of patients, post-head injury survivors, caregivers, and healthcare professionals. The people that joined our programs receive better education and awareness around head injuries, decrease social isolation, and overall improve their quality of life because of increased emotional and psychological support. There is no greater honor or privilege than facilitating the healing of somebody in need, to reach out a helping hand and to share the burden of their suffering. We don't have to live our lives defined by the traumatic events that happen to us. All of us are unique and irreplaceable. I hope that by now you'll feel a bit inspired and even compelled to want to join us on this journey to build a unified resource center of head injury information. Technology makes life convenient for most people, but for some, it makes things possible. Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Jonathan, to tell us about your journey, which started from a car accident, and now you are leading the support group and bringing awareness to everybody. If you'd like to speak with Jonathan and about other initiatives they're doing, he's here after the session as well. So he's here at the dinner, so you can have a conversation with him.